Happy New Year, guys. Welcome to 2019. I'm Tony.
And I'm Mike.
Today, we're going to be talking about movies we think you should look out for in 2019.
Whoa. Hey. We can't just forget about the classics that came out in 2018, though.
You're right, Mike. You're right. Okay, where would you like to start?
I mean, apart from, obviously, the obvious Avengers and all these other superhero movies that came out, we had some pretty good ones that no one even expected, such as Upgrade that came out in the summer. That was a great film.
I was surprised by that because I didn't know anything really about it until
neither did I.
So yeah,
and even the likes of A Quiet Place.
Yes.
That was a huge surprise one for me and one of my favorite films of 2018.
All in all, 2018 was pretty good for the underdog movies, the ones that people didn't know much about.
Yeah.
And surprised many film goers and critics.
Yeah, exactly.
So coming on to 2019, that's what we're going to be talking about today. And movies we think you should be looking out for. Perhaps ones you hadn't considered before, perhaps ones you hadn't heard of.
So we will not be including, Avengers 4, Star Wars, because I think everyone is pretty much looking forward to that, and I think everyone will see those movies.
Exactly. Toy Story 4 as well. That's another one.
Yeah.
So, Mike, let's kick off with you. What movie have you chosen for us first?
Well, the first movie on my list, Tony, is one from a director who only had his directorial debut just in 2017 with one of the biggest and surprise hits of 2017, which was Get Out. Yes, I'm talking about Jordan Peele. So what we have here is this new film, which the trailer just came out only a few days ago, actually, called Us. Now, have you seen that trailer yet?
I have seen the trailer, yeah.
What do you think of it?
I'll be honest, I'm intrigued by this movie.
It's very intriguing, and it really creeped me out. But that film itself, it looks, as we said, very intriguing, and we know nothing. We don't really know anything about what it's going to be about. We've only seen, clones, and there's a bunch of wild theories online as to what it could be about. One thing we do know is that Jordan Peele has said it will not deal with race. However, I'm pretty sure we will still be seeing a lot of social issues within that movie. So that's my first one right there.
Yeah, so I'm very intrigued by that movie. Another movie I'm intrigued in, which is going to be my first movie, is Glass.
Oh, okay.
Directed by M. Night Shyamalan, who did Unbreakable and Split.
My man, M. Night.
Also famous for that very good Bruce Willis movie, Sixth Sense. From him, we know he likes to put twists in. Mm-hmm. We know he likes to fool the viewers into what they're actually seeing isn't actually what they're seeing.
Yeah. And Split was great.
Split was good. So was Unbreakable. And this movie is creating a universe between the two as well. They're joining the storylines together. They're joining the characters are merging together. So if you haven't seen either, it's going to be a comic book thriller style. It's going to involve the characters from Split. So James McAvoy is returning as Kevin Wendell Crumb, who has 24 multiple personality disorders.
Yeah.
And one of which is this kidnapper, he kidnaps girls.
He deserves an Oscar for that, by the way.
So yeah, great actor there. There's also going to be Anya Taylor-Joy, who was the only character to survive the encounter with the personality known as the Beast. But also it's going to bring back David Dunn from Unbreakable, which was Bruce Willis' character, and Samuel L. Jackson character,
who is called Glass, Mr. Glass.
Yeah, that's it.
So the film will probably center around him, actually.
Yeah, I think that's where he's going. I think it's going to be them involved with investigating the person with split personalities who's committing the crimes and trying to work out what's going on.
Oh, so that was a good choice. But my second one, which I am really looking forward to, is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Now, I'm sure none of you have probably even heard of this film, but it's directed by Quentin Tarantino. Yes, he's back again. And the reason I'm actually intrigued by this movie is, first of all, it's got a huge all-star cast, including Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie, Dakota Fanning, Al Pacino, Damian Lewis, Tim Roth. Some of the old guys are all back again. And I'm sure Samuel Jackson will be in this, even though he's not included in the credits, but I'm sure he will.
It's not Quentin Tarantino without Samuel Jackson, right?
No, it's not. Yin and yang right there. And, according to the plot, all we know is that it's set in 1969 and it's about a TV actor and his stunt double who are trying to embark on a journey to make a name for themselves in the film industry. However, it also going to take place during the time of the Manson murders. So we know that it's going to be very dark and twisted. And the last film Tarantino did that was kind of based around history was
10 Hot! I'm putting together a special team. We're gonna be doing one thing and one thing only. Killing Nazis. Sound good? Yes, sir!
And we know how well that film did.
Yeah, I loved that film. That was a great movie.
So, and even though that film kind of took a twist on the old history of World War II, I think this film as well will kind of take a little twist on the Manson murders. So, you know, you might have Charles Manson getting killed at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I really hope it does take a twist on what actually happened. Otherwise, it's like almost too realistic. And then it's like, but it also, it shows off Quentin Tarantino's like real creative side. Like, he's willing to change what actually happened in history in his movies.
So I'm sure that's why I'm looking forward to it. And I can see a few Oscars coming in there once it comes out.
Looking forward to that one. That was actually one of the ones on my shortlist until you told me you were going to be mentioning it. So instead of that, I decided to go for a movie called Brightburn.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'll be honest, I don't know too much about this movie yet. It's one of those where there's not a lot of information out there compared to movies that are coming out in the first half of next year. But it's about a child from another world who crash lands on Earth. Sound familiar? Superman, kind of. Yeah, right? But instead of becoming a hero, he actually becomes a villain.
So it's a psychotic Superman.
So yes, basically it's an evil Superman from what I'm hearing. The cast is pretty much unknown. It does star Elizabeth Banks, who I'm like in love with. If you don't know who she was in Hunger Games as Effie Trinket, Pitch Perfect 3, Power Rangers.
Isn't she the producer and writer of Pitch Perfect?
She had a cameo in there as well in like the third one. And she was also in the TV series Scrubs. She played like JD's long-term girlfriend before he ended up getting back with Elliot. But then it also includes a bunch of people I don't know. So Meredith Hagner, who was in The Oath, set it up. David Denman from 13 Hours, and Jennifer Holland, who was in Sun Records. I literally don't know any of these people. So that's kind of why I'm intrigued by it, because the storyline sounds good, but the cast is like unknown.
And it's produced by James Gunn, right?
So yeah, it's executive produced by James Gunn and written by his brother Brian Gunn and his cousin Mark Gunn.
Oh wow!
So actually, like, from the production side and the writing side, they might be really good.
Could be.
The acting, we don't know. It's directed by David Yarovsky, who had a very small role in Guardians of the Galaxy. So I think he must be friends with James Gunn.
But has he made anything?
He's done some short movies.
Okay, so this will be interesting then, his first film.
Exactly, so that's what I mean. But the fact it's got the Gunn family involved, if James Gunn feels like he can be involved with it, then perhaps it is going to be better than what it could be, bearing in mind it's a bunch of unknown
It's a whole film about Superman. And
well, yeah,
from
what we know, exactly. Looking forward to that one.
And so, like, my final choice now. This one was actually really hard to choose because I had a couple of choices between two films. But the film I decided to go with that I think people will be surprised by is Shazam. Yes, I know a lot of people are like, oh, DC, come on. DC have not done anything good. But Shazam is something different. First of all, the premise itself is unlike anything we have out there for superhero films. You know, it's about a kid who gets powers and becomes Superman. That is literally every child's dream, to become like their favorite superhero, and we're having a movie about that, so it will be a fun film. It's going to be lighthearted. It's starring Zachary Levi, you know, so yeah, he may not be a household name, but this could be his chance to really sell himself to the audience and to critics.
To be honest, I'm looking forward to that movie as well, because I think DC are going to be able to like sort of bring back some respect with this movie. You know, our last video, what happened to the Curious Case of the DC universe? But I think if this does well, this could relaunch them and hopefully build it back up.
I mean, Aquaman seems to be doing well in terms of the box office, but I mean, I've been hearing a lot of positives from critics, but at the same time, a lot of people are kind of in the middle about it, so it hasn't received the same reception that Wonder Woman has received.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think this film can really be a home run for DC, so I am looking forward to that.
I'm looking forward to that too. Okay, my final movie is a movie called Chaos Walking.
Okay,
so if Mike looks confused, I'm going to guess other people don't. So I basically hadn't heard of this till I was like doing some research for this video. Actually, it sounds really interesting to me. Basically, humanity has ended up on a new planet, I guess because Earth is being blown up and destroyed. That's a pre-concept for a few movies.
Yep.
And while they're on the new planet, then they're settling in, trying to build humanity back up, build civilization back up. A virus outbreak happens called the Noise, which inflicts immersive visions of one's every thought. So basically what you're thinking of gets produced as like a hallucination, and you end up like living what you're thinking about.
Listen to me. Anything we think of becomes reality, okay?
Right. Okay, so we gotta think positive. Cookies!
No.
Hey, eat me! I'm delicious. I'm a cookie.
What? It's not like I'm imagining murderous killing confections.
I'm gonna kill you.
Ah!
So yeah, the cast includes Tom Holland, it includes
okay.
Nick Jonas, and Daisy Ridley. They're like the 3 big names.
Okay. We have Ray and Spider-Man.
That's it, yes.
And the Jonas brother in there.
I know, so it's an interesting
That is
mix.
an interesting cast, right?
It's an interesting mix. It's being released in March.
March already, and we haven't gotten a trailer.
I would say it's one to watch out for. It's being directed by Doug Liman, who did The Bourne Identity,
He's a good
Mr. and
director.
Mrs.
He's
Smith.
a good director.
Yeah, so he does those kind of actiony,
Yep.
fighty type movies.
So this could be more action.
So
rather than,
yeah, there could be a bit more action.
mystery.
It could be. Who knows? We'll have to
okay.
wait and see.
That's
But it's
intriguing.
definitely one I'm going to be keeping an eye on. So that concludes the 3 movies each that we're really looking out for. But we've got a few more we'd like to honourably mention.
Yeah, a few honourable mentions includes The Irishman, a thriller from Martin Scorsese, and he's brought back together Robert De Niro and Al Pacino. So I'm sure that one is really, really good. And of course, last but not least, is the Joker standalone film, which again, that one is very intriguing, and I'm also very cautiously optimistic about it, you know, because I don't know why. I feel just feel the Joker is a character that doesn't need a movie of his own, because a movie might spoil a lot of things that we've always imagined about him, you know, kind of like Han Solo, who didn't need a film as well. So, but at the same time, it's Joaquin Phoenix. He's a great actor, and from what we've seen so far from this film, it looks promising. So I'm keeping my hopes slightly high for this film.
Yeah, that's a good list, actually. I'm looking forward to all of those that you've mentioned. On my list, the first one up I had was Zombieland 2. That's coming out later this year, directed by Ruben Fleischer, who did the first one, starring Woody Harrelson again, Emma Stone, Jesse Eisenberg. And I really like the first one because it's a different take on the zombie style movies.
I just describe Zombieland as the American Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, exactly. So for them to have a second one, I'm looking forward to that. And then 2 others I'm going to mention are Dark Phoenix and the New Mutants, which are both in the X-Men universe.
New Mutants.
New Mutants
have come out like 4 years ago.
I know, but it's officially been announced it's coming out this year. And I'm really intrigued by that because it's described as a superhero horror movie.
Yeah, I mean, I was always intrigued by that as well, but the fact that they kept pushing it back, I'm slowly losing interest. But
that's kind of why it wasn't in my original 3 movies, is because but it's interesting, and obviously the Dark Phoenix as well, which Jean Grey from the
X-Men. Let's all hope, because the last time we had a film about the Phoenix,
band of brothers. For he who sheds his blood with me this day shall be my brother. Be he ne'er so vile, this day shall gentle his condition. And men in England now abed will count their manhoods cheap. They were not here with us to fight on Crispin's day.
Really?
That concludes our movies to look out for in 2019. If there's any you think we should look out for, post down in the comments below.
Yeah. And don't forget to like this video and also subscribe. And we'll see you guys next time.